Hi, welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Laura. Hi, hello, welcome. Today we are looking at a very barren makeup organization system because I kind of figured that it was a new year. We need to start absolutely fresh, or as fresh as we can, with a Shop My Stash. And I've never done a Shop My Stash where we just start from essentially scratch, but here we are. I do have all of my I have my Pan That palette, all of my Pan Those eyeshadows. I have my Fantasy Self Showdown palette, and I have a palette that is in my Roulette Pan collab already in my makeup storage systems, and these are just going to kind of stay in here. Everything else is going to stay in here for a while, I feel like. And then everything back here, I just have some sponges and skincare and a foundation mixer that it just lives up here. It's fine. I have just primers in here because this is where they live. And then I have nothing else in my main drawers. I do have some nighttime skincare that I use on occasion down here. Well, I mean, this I use almost every night. But pimple patches and then like acne treatments just stay down here. At my house, I'm going to have an actual, like, my own little, a better area for my skincare, which I'm so excited about. But this is kind of what we're looking at right now, just for how I store my skincare in this thing. I'm excited to not have to store it with my actual makeup for very long. So I'm going to change the angle. We're going to go look in my drawers. I'm going to pull some items out, and we're going to shop my stash from scratch. So now that we're at where I store my makeup products, we can go drawer by drawer and pick out what we want to bring in for the next couple weeks. I am going to be moving. I'm not sure exactly when in January we're going to be out of this apartment and into our house, but I do want to pick some items right now, and then maybe in a couple weeks when we do move, we can do like a pack with me, what I'm going to bring, like essential makeup items that I want to bring with me and to use for a very minimal makeup look if I want to move and look presentable. So the first drawer here is foundations, concealers, and primers over here, and like liquid highlighters. So the first thing, I need to test this out, so this is kind of like a necessary thing to pull out. I was sent this bareMinerals foundation via Influenster for review with bareMinerals, obviously, and I want to pull this out to test it and try it. It's brand new. I have never used this once, so I do need to get my use in this. This is in the shade Golden Fair, which might be a little too light for me. If you can see some of these other foundations, like my CoverGirl Vitalist and my Tom Ford, which are essentially the same color. I'm mostly these colors. This might be a little bit too light for me, but we will pull this out. If I need to mix it, I will pull another foundation out just to mix it. Then I do want to pull out my Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. I have mine in the shade Almond. It's just a nice concealer. I want to finish this up eventually this year, so I don't know if it's going to just be like an organic, like I'm going to reach for it. I don't have too many concealers. I have 3 liquid concealers and then a powder concealer. So we're just going to pull this guy and see what we can do with this. Then I think primer, I do want to see if I could finish this guy up before we move. It might be a totally impossible task, but we're actually lower than when my 20 favorites project ended. So we're right down there. I know there's an air bubble in this too. I keep trying to get it out and I'm having a hard time getting it out, but there's not too much product left in here. I might be able to finish this before we move. So I'm going to try to just see what I can do with this, and that's going to be that. Okay, we're tilted down a little bit more, so hopefully you can see my blush, bronzer, highlight drawer and setting powder drawer. So in here, I do kind of want to just pull out, what one did I just have out? I kind of want to pull out my ambient lighting palette just for the time being. I haven't actually used this, so I don't know exactly where each of these shades corresponds in my like makeup inventory. So I want to just pull this out and see what these look like on the skin. Ooh, that might be a really pretty highlight. So I'm going to pull this out and see how I like it and get some use out of that. Then I need to pull a blush, which is this big chunk of section over here. And I think I'm going to pull my bareMinerals Promise, namely because I think that these pink tones will look really pretty this time of year where I think I want to have like that more like I'm cold, like rosy cheek kind of look in the winter and spring. So I think that that shade will look really, really beautiful. So I'm going to pull that one out. Plus, if I do move with this, I don't really care how much gets on the top because it is a loose powder, and that's just kind of the name of the game with loose shades. Then I do want to pull a bronzer because I don't think any of these Hourglass ones really fits the bill for a bronzer. So I am going to pull this guy here. This is my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. My packaging is broken, so I kind of don't care what happens to this one, but it's just a really nice light bronzer, and I think if that bareMinerals foundation is too light, this would be a nice bronzer to pair with it. I can either do like an all-over bronzer look with this, or can just target the certain areas to kind of make that too light foundation not look so dead on me. So there's that guy. And then I think that's going to be it. I have setting powder, blush, bronzer, and then I think that ambient lighting powder is going to have a highlight in it. So I think for the time being, I'm going to be okay. No, I lied. I am going to pull this guy out here. I'm not pulling this whole palette because I have too much stuff. But I am going to pull the shade Pandora from Luxie Beauty out. It's this here. This is in my Fantasy Self, or not my Fantasy Self. This is in my Ditch the Discontinued project pan. It's just a very, very icy highlight. My goal in that project is just to hit pan with it. So I'm thinking maybe I can layer it with some of these, what are these called? The ambient lighting powders by Hourglass to make this not so purple blue, or I can use it as an eyeshadow, but I'm gonna put this in my magnetic palette for my Fantasy Self. So we have lip products in here, and I don't want to pull a whole lot because I want to focus on the one that's in my project pan, so I'm going to pull that one out. It's in my Roulette Pan collab, and I'm so close to being done with it. It's this guy here. This is ColourPop Mosh Pit. I'm not going to take it out because I don't want to give any spoilers, but I don't have that much longer with this, and I want to just see it through to the end, and I'm hoping I can finish it before we move. So that's going to come out. Then to pair with that, I actually want to pull, I think I did this pairing today and I really liked it. I have ColourPop Mosh Pit and I layered the Kylie Cosmetics lipstick, or the liquid lipstick, on top of it. This is in the shade Bare. They're kind of along the same color family, just one's deeper, one's lighter. So I think they mix and make a really, really pretty shade. So I am going to pull both of these. And then to go with that, I want to pull this guy. Since I'm going to have extra space in my makeup storage, I don't normally pull this because it's so chunky and doesn't fit in my lipstick holder, but I think I'm going to pull this because I have extra space right now. So I'm going to pull this is Fenty Beauty Fenty Glow. And then setting spray, I'm torn. I know this is a mini, and I in theory I should just use this, but I kind of want to continue using my Soft Focus Setting Spray by Hourglass. This is so unbelievably beautiful. I eventually want to finish this up, and we're like halfway through with it. So I want to just see what I can do. I foresee when we're in the process of moving, switching to the little guy here, but I want to use this more. I love it. I don't want to put it back away yet. And I think I might just pull a lip balm out. I don't usually wear lip balms, in all honesty. I opt for glosses or like this like plumping lip balm, I guess, instead of these chapstick kinds. So I am going to pull this guy out. I have used this a few times. I want to get more use out of it and not let it go bad before I can get more use out of it. I'm like habitually so bad about using chapsticks. I typically lose them before I finish them. This is getting so overwhelming. Like when they were all in my lipstick drawer, it didn't seem as bad because like there was so many in my lipstick organizer, but having everything back in here, I'm a little overwhelmed with my lip products. So I really do want to try to use up and pan lip products this year. That's going to be a big focus, I think, for me this year. Moving down to my like liquid eyeshadow, eyeliner, eye bases, mascaras, and such. I put everything back, so I'm essentially going to just be picking everything back out from here. So I do want to pull, I don't know which I want to pull of this. I'm thinking probably just my black eyeliner and then my other black eyeliner. I think these are probably just going to be the staples that I'm going to use for the foreseeable future until we move. So I'm just going to pull my Stila liquid eyeliner and then my bareMinerals Midnight eyeliner pencil. Then I want to pull my brow product because this is a tried and true. I actually really love this. This is the Ulta Beauty Brow Tint in Deep. It works really well on my brows. I really like this. Then mascaras. I just have these. This is a lash primer and then this is the mascara. I've had this guy open for like 5 or 6 months and it's still not dead. So I'm really hoping like this is the month this gets used up. And I really, really, really love this lash primer. I bought this on recommendation from Haley, so thank you so much. You've turned me on to how amazing this lash primer in particular is. Then I think I'm also going to pull my Stila Shimmer and Glow in the shade Smoky Storm. This is in my Ditch the Discontinued project pan as well. It's so beautiful. So I'm hoping maybe I can do like really quick effortless looks just pairing that guy with a crease color and then be done with my eyeshadows. Then we move down to my loose eyeshadows and pigment kind of thing. And I don't think I'm going to pull anything from this yet. So that is really everything in my Shop My Stash. Let me angle you up and we'll put these away quickly. That is everything. Thank you so much for watching this Shop My Stash. I hope everyone is having an amazing January so far, and let's make 2021 a year to remember, unlike 2020. And until my next video, I hope you guys are doing well, staying healthy, safe, and sane, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye!